The Bundoran Weekly is brought to you by AIB, supporting local businesses in Bundoran. For more, see aib.ie.
Hi everyone, it's Shane Smyth, Bundoran Tourism Officer. It is Friday the 13th of January 2023, the first podcast of the brand new year. It is episode 215 of the Bundoran Weekly, the podcast that talks, of course, about everything Bundoran. And coming up a little bit later on, we're going to be chatting to Daniel Browne, one of the organisers of Sea Sessions, to see how the preparations are coming along for the big festival, which is happening this coming June. And Teresa O'Neill will be here with us as usual in our community corner to let us know what's happening at Bundoran Community Centre. We're here with thanks to AIB, supporting local businesses in Bundoran and Ballyshannon. Hoping that you saw the new year over well and you're back into your routine, and we're whiling away and wishing away to the end of January. It's such a miserable month, but anyway, we've got plenty of things to look forward to this year, and we're certainly looking forward to a couple of events that are happening over the next couple of months. The first of those being the brand new bank holiday here in the Republic, which is happening Monday the 6th of February. It is St. Bridget's Day. It is our 10th bank holiday, and that is going to be a nice little relaxation in the middle of the winter months, and that is coming up in a couple of weeks' time. And a brand new festival on top of that here in Bundoran called Féile na Mán, which we'll be talking about over the coming weeks. Then we've got that following the Bundoran 10, which is happening the first weekend in March. We've talked about that before on the podcast. We had Candice on before Christmas talking about that and how you can register, etc. And that is happening the first weekend in March. Friday night, the 3rd of March at 7 o'clock, it is the 5k run, and then on Saturday morning it is the 10-mile walk and 10-mile run. And more details at bundoran10.com. And of course, following that, just a couple of weeks later, is St. Patrick's Day. And I know it's only January, but it is less than 10 weeks away now at this point, so we are starting to make preparations for the parade and everything that goes on around that as well. So we'll be hearing more about that as well over the coming couple of weeks. But let us get back to this weekend, starting off with entertainment in the Allingham. Sinead McLaughlin tonight in the Coolmore Bar. Tomorrow night in the Coolmore it is Kieran Mackery, and you've got Jerry Guthrie and his band in the Ballroom, and then Karen McGillian in the Coolmore Bar this coming Sunday night. Tomorrow night at the Bird's Nest it is Vincey Walmsley, and then Sunday afternoon it is Norman Borland. The Von Tees tonight at the Chase and Bull, and True Tones there tomorrow night. Phoenix, it is Gav Kelly tonight. Tomorrow night music with the Hand-Me-Downs and Punching Seagulls. Paris also reopens this weekend. They had a bit of refurbishment and they are reopening this weekend. And then the Atlantic Bar and 51 Main Street, they're looking forward to the Atlantic Irish Fest, which is happening next weekend, and we'll tell you more details about that on next weekend. But lots of great Irish music and song, etc. For the Atlantic Irish Fest happening at the Atlantic Apart Hotel from next weekend. If you want to head to the cinema, well, there's plenty for you to see. There's A Man Called Otto, which is just released just after Christmas, and brand new this week then is Empire of Light, Megan and the Amazing Morris. You can find the full schedule on our website, discoverbundoran.com/cinema, or indeed eclipsecinemas.com. And of note, there's a special screening of The Adventures of Paddington tomorrow afternoon, Saturday at 3 o'clock in Ukrainian. And it is for all of our Ukrainian friends that are in town, and that is free admission to that. So well done to the cinema, Eclipse, and all the guys there for organising that free screening of The Adventures of Paddington in Ukrainian. And that is tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock. Tomorrow night then at the Abbey Centre in Ballyshannon, it is Demented with Deirdre O'Kane. Deirdre is a hilariously funny comedian, and you can see her one-woman show tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Saturday night at the Abbey Centre in Ballyshannon. Tickets still on sale for that on the Abbey Arts Centre website. It is the Bundoran Weekly with thanks to AIB.ie, supporting local businesses in Bundoran and Ballyshannon. Still to come, we're going to be chatting to Daniel Browne of Sea Sessions, who's going to be telling us how the preparations are going for the festival, which is happening this coming June. And Teresa O'Neill will be with us in our community corner from Bundoran Community Centre. Do stay with us.
The Bundoran Weekly.
I'm Shane Smyth, Bundoran Tourism Officer. It is the Bundoran Weekly Podcast for this Friday, January 13th, 2023. We're also making preparations to head to the Holiday World exhibition, which is happening in Dublin at the end of the month, the 27th to the 29th at the RDS. And if you're heading along there, we would love to see you. Say hello and pick up a brochure, and we can talk to you all about Bundoran and how great it is, because because we like doing that. So that's the Holiday World show, so you'll see the team up there in Dublin in a couple of weeks' time, so certainly looking forward to that. Also looking forward, of course, to Sea Sessions. The headliners were announced just before Christmas. Big lineup, and plenty more still to come. I sat down with organiser Daniel Browne during the week to find out how things are progressing with the preparations.
As ever, Shane, great to talk, and thanks for the opportunity. It is the busiest time of year for us is the depth of winter. That's when we're thinking about summer. That's when we're planning the event for next year. We spent a long day today looking at site plans. Obviously, we've exciting developments in terms of our site plans for 2023, which is a big development for the festival. Believe it or not, Sea Sessions has now been in Bundoran over 15 years in 2023. So it's kind of, I think, fitting and timely that we take the move that we are making. But yeah, I mean, we had spent a wet and windy January day today measuring wind speeds and plotting out beach car parks and various different elements of next year's festival.
So the move is...
Well, we're moving the main stages that would traditionally have been on the main beach. We're moving that to where we've had the campsite over the last number of years up at Tullen Strand.
Right.
Well, that means we'll be able to have both the campsite and the main event site together. And that's kind of unique. For us in Bundoran, we've never had that before. It would be fairly standard, I suppose, in festivals that people would be used to going to.
They'd be co-located as such, yeah.
Correct. So it means the festival, the attendees, the fans are going to be concentrated, and it means the surf event at Tullen Strand, the campsite at Tullen Strand, and the camping at Tullen Strand all together. So there's going to be a great buzz there. As ever, the town's going to do really well. We'll have our walkway down through the golf course, and we're going to have a lot more day attendees this year, and that's the way things are shaping up. So we think there'll be a lot more ebb and flow from the town up and down to the event site.
Yeah, so it's still in the town.
Oh, big time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Brilliant, excellent. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works out. But certainly, and I'm always thinking from photographic and video imagery that's going to look really, really nice on photos.
Well, Tullen Strand is one of the most iconic locations on the west coast of Ireland. As a keen surfer, it's where the surf is. It's where the waves are. I love hanging out at Tullen Strand on a summer's day. You know, watching people surfing, jumping in the water, having a bit of fun, chatting to friends. And that's the sort of buzz and the vibe that we try to capture at Sea Sessions, that we try to share with other people. It's a great day out at the beach with your mates, you know, bit of sports during the day, bit of partying all night. And that's really what Bundoran is, and that's what we try to share and recreate at Sea Sessions.
Good stuff. So it's coming up the middle weekend in June this year, and tickets have been on sale since pretty much the week after last year's event, and you made the big announcement then just before Christmas of the headliners, which are Kasabian and Becky Hill and the Coronas as well. And it's great to see the Coronas back again. I'll always remember the day that President Higgins, as he was then, as well as he still is obviously, but he had come before on his election campaign, and then he came back the year after on foot of a promise to you, which was great to see. And we had all sorts of mishaps with sites and stuff, flooding and whatever, and I was running around organising the presidential visit, and Danny from the Coronas was there trying to calm me down because I was stressed and everything. So that's all my abiding memory of Danny from the Coronas and the Coronas at that time. But just a solid Irish band, and great to see them back in Bundoran again.
Danny's one of the nicest guys in Irish music.
Absolutely, 100%.
The Coronas are one of the most solid bands in Irish music, and it's great to have them. They're part of us. We're part of them. You know, it's a vibe that we try to pull together every year. We have a lot more acts to announce. Mm-hmm. We will have other headliners that are being added to that bill. That's what we've announced so far. And we're quietly confident that people are going to be, I think, very excited about the full lineup when it's fully unveiled for 2023.
Good.
And Kasabian,
Absolutely.
massive tunes, anthems of tunes. So, just to have an act of that size and that caliber coming to the festival. And Becky Hill, I saw at the Electric Picnic myself this year, and she just lit up the entire crowd. Real fun, kind of mainstream poppy, not too serious, just fun act. And I think she's going to be huge. So again, it's always a bit of a mix. You've got Kasabian, kind of a rock thing, you've got Coronas, and then you've got Becky Hill. So just a bit of a mix of artists, talent and fun.
And of course, plenty of Irish acts as well. Cian Ducrot is one of the kind of up and coming acts that I've heard an awful lot on the radio over the past 2 months, I think. But as usual, Ray has his finger on the pulse and is pulling these people in who he sees are going to be big. And probably this time next year, the man will maybe not be bookable.
Well, Ray has an incredible talent. A lot of people in Bundoran would know Ray now. One of my business partners in the festival, and Ray is just incredible with the music. I mean, he booked Picture This for C Sessions before Picture This had ever had a festival gig. He famously once booked Ed Sheeran as a support act as well, years and years ago. So Ray has an incredible talent.
Not in Bundoran, I might add.
No, not in Bundoran, but Ray has an incredible talent for seeing what's next. Sometimes by the time people say to us, oh, why don't you book, Lady Gaga? And you go, well, because she's absolutely ginormous. You want to book the Lady Gagas before they become Lady Gaga. And that's what Ray has an incredible skill and insight in doing.
So hopefully we'll have a few more of them when you're announcing the next bunch. And I think you're going to be doing that soon along with tickets and stuff. Yeah,
so the next announce we'll be doing is we'll be saying which of the headliners to date are playing which day. So we'll be announcing sort of day tickets. We're getting a lot of people asking. Yeah, we're getting a lot of people asking that. And then there'll be another acts announcement after that. I'd say we'll have another 2 to 3 act announcements to make, as in 2 or 3 bunches of acts to be announced. So there's a lot more to come in that pipeline.
Fantastic. Do you still enjoy it?
I love it. Yeah, I really do. And I often say it when we do this. I love that we do this in Bundoran. And I love that Bundoran opens its arms to the festival and allows us, do this. Bundoran is an integral part of the festival, and thankfully the festival seems to become a fairly integral part of Bundoran. Sure. And it's not every town in the world that would let you, just achieve your dreams the way Bundoran does. And I love the place, IFLB, as we say, and would always keep C Sessions here in the heart of the town. And I think the move to Tullen Strand is going to allow us to secure the future of the festival long term over the next, God willing, next 15 years as well.
Wow, that's a hell of a plan. I'd like to see that one. What I was going to ask you then about the other activities and events, of course, at C Sessions. It's not all about the music, but music is a huge part of it. But there's other.
So a big part of our ethos is that people come and experience and enjoy the town and its amenities during the day. That they have a healthy daytime. It's not, just be on the session all weekend. So we have obviously the surf event, the C Sessions Expression Session. This year, we're looking to expand that. We're looking to bring in what we'd call the surf ski contingent and have a surf ski contest as part of the surfing event. And we're also talking to the Irish Surfing Association about having a national surf event at C Sessions. So while our C Sessions Expression Session event is as always has been, the biggest cash prize in Irish surfing, fairly explosive international surfers taking on the best of Irish, that will remain. We're going to have a lot more surfing going on all over the course of the weekend. We also have our Beach Olympics, which is hosted and in aid of Liquid Therapy, which is our chosen charity partner. And the Beach Olympics are going to be, they include the tag rugby, they include the beach soccer, and again, we're trying to consolidate all that activity up at Tullen Strand this year. So there's a fairly centralised location for people to experience the festival.
And those events are always hugely popular.
Huge. And I mean, people are, I think, amazed by the level of participation that we get at those events. I mean, we'd have sometimes 15-20% of our audience participating in events during the day, and that's fairly unique for a festival. We don't open the main event site until 6 p.m. on the Friday and 4 p.m. on the Saturday and the Sunday, and that allows, you know, people who've come to Bundoran to experience the town, to participate in an event, go for a surf, go for a game of golf, you know, join the Beach Olympics, do the things that Bundoran and the Wild Atlantic way of life in Bundoran is all about.
And your sponsors, of course, are always to be thanked.
Thanks for reminding me, Shane.
Gotcha,
in fairness, Donegal County Council have been hugely supportive to the festival, not only in allowing us access to council lands, but also financially. They give us support, and I think they understand the financial and marketing spin-off that gives to Bundoran. Fáilte Ireland have been a great supporter of the festival for a number of years, and again, we've just made an application to them for continued funding for this year, so we're quietly hopeful that they might look kindly on us in that way. And then we would have a number of corporate sponsors as well. Some of the beer brands, ATU in Sligo, came on board last year, and again we're hoping to build on that relationship this year. So yeah, it's really important part of the financial viability of the festival. The festival costs an awful lot of money to host.
It's not a cheap thing to run.
It costs an awful lot of money to host. We don't believe in doing it any other way than doing it right.
Of course.
And to do that right, you need to have sponsorship. You need to have ticket sales. You need to have bar sales. You need to have those, what I would call the Holy Trinity. And all three of them need to work for you to have an above average chance of not losing a lot of money in hosting an event like this. But no matter what, I love it. I'm committed to it. I'm very passionate about it. And I love what we do here. And yeah, love doing it. So I don't do it for any other reason than, you know what, it's just there to be done.
Yeah, and I know you kind of mentioned about the next couple of years or whatever, but are you always kind of thinking ahead to acts and stuff for like 2024 and 2025 at this point, or are you just kind of concentrating on this year for now?
I think Ray is always thinking ahead about the acts side of things. He's a master at, and what I try to envisage and see is the tone of the festival, the logistics of the festival. Where are we going with this? What's it going to look like in 5 years' time? What's it going to look like in 10 years' time? You know, I don't necessarily think it should just expand. But I do think that, you know, the growth we've had from being a 3,000 capacity festival to then a 5,000 capacity festival to a 7, and then over the last number of years selling out at a 10,000 capacity festival, I think there's a bit of room for us to move now.
Sure.
And I think the move to Tullen Strand is part of that journey. Really the vision I have for Sea Sessions over the next 10 years or so is to activate the entire coastline from Tullen Strand all the way down through the main beach car park, all the way along through the fun fair, which has been an integral part of the festival over the years, and all the way up to Waterworld, right down into the West End. I'd like to see that whole coastline activated with events, stages, activities, interaction. We're only getting started yet.
It's Daniel thinking big as usual. Good man. Listen, thanks, and no doubt we'll be chatting to you before the festival.
Most welcome. Thank you, Shane.
All right.
The Bundoran Weekly.
Daniel, thank you. All sorts of ticket tiers and prices available at seasessions.com, and all of the information there as well. So do take a look at that if you're interested in coming to Bundoran for the Sea Sessions Festival this coming June. And we wish the team the best of luck, and they'll do a fabulous job, as they always do, on the festival as well. All right, let us head now to Bundoran Community Centre, and in our community corner, here's Teresa.
Thanks, Shane. The Youth Hangout starts back on Wednesday the 18th of January at 4:15 to 5:45. A safe space to engage and have fun with others. Hot chocolate, sweets, pool and games for ages 12 to 17. Irish dancing is here in the centre every Friday at 4 p.m. If you would like to book or for more information, please call Lauren on 086 124 2015. Chanting a Cuppa is starting back on Wednesday the 18th. This is €3 per person. This will be every second Wednesday. If you would like to join, please email Bundoran Community Centre or call 071 98 29 675. Karate classes in the centre on Tuesday from 5:30. This is for kids and adults. If you would like any more information or to book in, please call Chris on 08777 64 625.
Thanks, Teresa. Talk to you next week. That is going to do it for our podcast for this week. We hope that you enjoyed it. Thanks for listening as always. A reminder that you can find us on social media. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, and we are also on LinkedIn. You can also follow and listen to this podcast on YouTube as well as your favourite podcast app. So plenty of different ways that you can listen to us. And as I said, if you're on Instagram, we're sharing pictures of Bundoran every day, which generally being provided by you. So if you have any nice pictures of Bundoran that you're uploading to Instagram, do remember to tag us with the hashtag Discover Bundoran, or indeed our account name, which is @DiscoverBundoran, and we would love to share those on our feed. And if you want to brighten up some of your stories, you can do so with some cool little Giphies that we have done as well. So you search for the Giphy store, just search for Bundoran, and they will pop up for you. Don't forget that you can contact us at podcast@bundoranweekly.com and find us on Facebook and Twitter @BundoranWeekly. And you can follow us wherever you're listening right now, or indeed stream and download all episodes on demand at bundoranweekly.com. Thanks as always to Mark Egan, the team at Songs of Earn, for the use of our signature tune, which is called The Man from Bundoran, which you can hear running under me right now. And I will talk to you again next Friday, 20th of January. Do have a great week. We'll talk to you then.
The Bundoran Weekly is a production of Discover Bundoran.
The Bundoran Weekly is brought to you by AIB, supporting local businesses in Bundoran. For more, see aib.ie.